afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Investing GH webinar series. I'm your host, Prince Henry Dankwa. Once again, thank you all for joining us. We are grateful to have you. This is actually our last webinar for the year 2020. I know it's been a very rough year, but we are grateful that it's coming to an end. For those of you who do not know us, Investing GH is the leading provider of financial news and education in Ghana. Our news, magazines, and more recently, webinars have been delivered to thousands of people in Ghana and beyond. And we would like to thank you all for supporting our brand over the year, throughout the year as well. Today's webinar is sponsored by Yellowcard. Yellowcard is an Africa-focused cryptocurrency exchange and gift card platform, which you can use for buying, selling, and storing cryptocurrencies. For those of you who do not know much about them, you will get to know more about them during this webinar. This is actually our 8th webinar in the series. We've had webinars that have covered topics in investing in stocks, mutual funds, and real estate. We've also discussed how to achieve financial independence and also how to start your own e-commerce business. You can get all our previous webinars on our YouTube channel, investingh. This webinar is also streaming live on our YouTube channel, investingh. So if you're unable to reach us here or you know someone who is unable to join us via Zoom, the link is available for you to send to that person so that the person can join us. Whilst you are on this webinar, please get interactive with us. We have a chat section here where you can send your questions in. You can also comment under our YouTube live stream if you are there so that we will hear from you. You can direct all your questions to our host and our presenters whilst they present. Today, we'll discuss cryptocurrencies and how to trade them in Ghana. And to take us through this discussion, we have two experienced speakers, young men, of course. They are in the persons of Ebenezer Ghanney and Oswald Anonadaga. Let me give you a brief introduction of who these young men are. Ebenezer is passionate about technology, finance, cryptocurrencies, and stock trading. He is the head of operations for Yellowcard Ghana. Prior to starting his role, he worked as finance and administrative analyst with Liquid Financial Services. He holds a BSc in accounting degree from the University of Professional Studies, UPSA, and an authorized dealing license from the Ghana Stock Exchange. Our second speaker, Oswald, he's a programmer who specializes in driving digital transformation through financial technology, identity management, and cybersecurity. Oswald is the CEO of FloodGates Limited and the Chief Technology Officer of PayHub Ghana Limited. Thank you very much for joining us, gentlemen. And to our audience, please just be calm and attentive enough. The topic is a very broad one, and I know you've heard a lot about cryptocurrencies, preferably Bitcoins, Ethereum, Ripple. We'll discuss them, what you can do with them, and how you can invest in them as well. So thank you for joining us, Eben and Oswald. I'll leave it to you so that you continue.
All right, thank you very much, Prince, for this introduction. I'll be leading the discussion on cryptocurrencies, and we'll talk about it briefly. Then my colleague Oswald will also come and talk about security in the space and scams and all that. I hope everyone can hear me well, and let's have fun. And if you have questions, kindly leave them in the chat box. We'll attend to them later. We'll leave more time for questions. So I know a lot of people have questions in this space, so we'll leave more time for questions. Thank you. And I'll set up my PC and get on.
Okay, whilst Eben sets up his PC, I think for those of you who received the message from us, you know that there will be a giveaway. So it will be announced during the presentation. I'm just keeping you all here. So try and stay with us from the beginning to the end and invite your friends as well so that they get to learn more about cryptocurrencies.
I hope everyone can see my screen. Hello, Prince. Can you give me feedback?
I can see your screen, so I'm sure everyone else can.
You see the presentation, right? The deck or
Yes.
okay. Kindly hold on a second. Okay, so basically today we are just going to talk about cryptocurrencies. So the overview of what we'll be discussing is we'll talk about the genesis of money, the founding of BTC, introduction to blockchain, the history of cryptocurrencies, what you can use them for, and where you can get to buy them. And we'll talk about security in the space and scams that have happened, and generally do questions and answers, as I mentioned earlier. As Prince indicated, we did a giveaway, so kindly tweet about the event, share it on Facebook or IG, wherever, and just keep a screenshot of it. We'll come back to it later, and we'll show you how to create a yellowcard account later on, so please don't do it now. I'll just show you that later in the discussion. So you can, right now, just tweet about it, share the event, and just take a screenshot of you sharing it about it. Yeah, to start with, what is money? So basically, money is form of, it's a way we transact, it's a value we use to transact. And money has gone through certain phases throughout history, starting from commodity. Initially, we had what we call commodity money. That's when we had the barter trade system where people used to trade with either seashells, or they used to use salt. Salt was a common way of people transacting. And even the name salary came from the word salt in there, which was used in the Roman Empire some time back in history. So from commodity money, we came what we call fiat money. So fiat money basically is the paper money we have now, that is your CDs you hold, you used to buy goods and services, it's what we call fiat money. And this is usually issued by the central bank of each country. So in Ghana, we have the BOG, which is the Bank of Ghana, issuing the fiat money to the system. And they control the supplier as to how much it should be in existence and all that. So that is being controlled by the BOG. And we have what we call fractional reserves and banking order. Now, to talk about what we are discussing today, which is Bitcoin in general. Well, Bitcoin genesis it was created by someone called Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know whether it's an individual or a group of people, but that is the name or the code name the person who worked on this project created it under. So what we know about the person is just that after creating Bitcoin, he left with about 1 million Bitcoins. And the reason why he created this currency or Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency. So basically, when we say cryptocurrency, it's basically digital money that is on a platform called blockchain, which is built on a platform called blockchain. The distinguish between cryptocurrencies and other forms of digital currencies, cryptocurrencies are built on what you call a blockchain technology. Now, cryptocurrency was not the first digital currency that came about. We've had digital currencies such as mobile money, for example. Mobile money is a form of a digital currency, but it's not a cryptocurrency because it's not built on a blockchain and it's controlled by the telcos who issue the mobile money. So basically, Nakamoto founded Bitcoin to solve some problems. One, on the financial market, you realize that currency, because central banks control the currency, that the fiat money, they can decide to print as many as they want, or they can decide to control the money in a way that favors them, or they think works well for markets, not basically favoring everyone. There's the issue where in 2008 we had a financial meltdown because of certain decisions, certain players in the markets too. So this currency is kind of making it private for people to control their finances privately. So basically you say it's built for privacy. So basically I don't want people to know how much money I'm holding, what I'm using for, and all those things. So it gives you that privacy and the secrecy of your money. And we know in our African settings, we already like to keep our money private. You ask someone, hey, how much are you earning? They say, hey, let's not talk about that. It's private. So it's kind of, this is an inscription-based currency that will help us keep our money private and our finances private. Yeah, so basically I talk about Bitcoin is private. So what makes it private is built with cryptography. Basically, these are technical words that just means that it makes it secured for you to keep, and also it makes it difficult for people to hack into it, and your digital signature is kept. Everything is private. So let's say basically we have what you call private keys and public keys. I'll explain later as we go on. There's a slide that shows what private key is and how public key is. But right now, just take it in the form of normal bank account. When you open a bank account, you have your account number, the name of the bank branch. Those information is what you give to the public. If I want to transfer money to your account, you tell me, hey, give me your bank account number. You don't give me your bank login or your bank web app login or your bank web app details. Those are what we call private keys. So as I go along, I'll be making references to how we do things currently, we do things in terms of banking and mobile money system and comparing it to what is done in the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency world. So basically, this is one example of that. We say Bitcoin is transparent because it's built on, as I mentioned, on the technology called blockchain. And basically, the blockchain technology is a ledger. When you say a ledger, it just says that it keeps information of everything that goes on. So basically, let me give this example, saying blockchain is a distributed ledger. So basically, everyone has a note or has a record of whatever happens in the system. So let's just say everyone on this call is on a blockchain network. So if I make a transaction, say I send someone 5 CDs, that 5 CDs I send a person is recorded on the ledger everyone is keeping. So if you have a notebook, let's just make it simpler, say everyone is keeping a notebook, I make a transaction of 5 CDs, that 5 CDs is recorded on each and everyone's notebook. So I can't come and claim my 5 CDs from my personal notebook and say, I've claimed it, that I didn't make that transaction, and come and say, hey, I was supposed to have 5 CDs, but right now the 5 CDs is missing. We'll come back and say, you show me your ledger and say, hey, you transferred the 5 CDs from your account to X account. So everyone keeps that record, so no one can change anything in the system. So this is what makes blockchain unique. And also talking about blockchain and comparing it to the central system. Currently, the central banks do what blockchain is doing. So central bank keep in the normal fiat money market, central banks keep that record on behalf of users, saying that, okay, if I transfer 5 CDs from my bank account to Kofi's bank account, that money doesn't go straight to Kofi's bank account. It routes through the central bank. So the central bank sees that Eben underscore is transferring from EcoBank account to Zenith account. And the record is being kept by central bank, so that if there's any foul play, the central bank has a record of everything that is going on. But blockchain doesn't have that central part. It's what you call decentralized. So it uses the blockchain technology, or Bitcoin doesn't have that impact. So it uses the blockchain technology to do that by letting everyone be a player and be a recorder of the network, on the network. So that's what you say. Everyone approves the transaction and everyone is involved in the process. And this is done automatically at the background. You don't need to know how this is being done. It's done automatically in the background. Once you own a Bitcoin wallet, you're already part of the ecosystem. So we say Bitcoin is immutable. That is basically, in simple terms, cannot be manipulated or cannot be changed. As I explained earlier, everyone keeps a record. Everyone on the blockchain network or in the Bitcoin ecosystem kind of has a ledger. So no one can go and change his specific ledger to say that I'm changing this specific data of it. So this is what makes it immutable. Again, mention this one. So this is just explaining further as to how Bitcoin is immutable. Then Bitcoin has a fixed supply. I just realized my videos off. Let me stand up. Bitcoin has a fixed supply. So basically, when you say fixed supply, in terms of comparing again to normal fiat money system, let's just say in this year alone, 2020 has been a crazy year, the whole world pandemic. US government decided to bail out its economy so 2020 alone, it has printed about $9 trillion. which gives out to unemployed people, it pays to businesses, loans, and all those things. So the government decides to print as and when they see fit. And even this 9 trillion they printed, if you follow the news, there are some people who are against it. They say it will cause inflation and all that. When they say that, what does it mean? It means that the money in circulation, 9 trillion has come to add to the money in circulation. The more money in circulation, the more inflation goes up because there's money for people to spend. So then price of goods and things all start going up. In the terms of Bitcoin world or in the Bitcoin environment, Bitcoin has a fixed supply, which is 21 million. So when Sakamoto was creating Bitcoin, he created it in such a way that there won't be any points where Bitcoin will have more than 20, there will be more than 21 million. So the supply is fixed and the demand then becomes the variable that moves. So if you done some little bit of economics, you understand supply and demand, how it works. So if supply is fixed and there's more demand, price of the good or the service go up. If there's less demand, price of the good or service go down. And if supply is not fixed and supply is variable, and if supply goes up, the price or the demand will also have to follow it up to be able to go up. But in these terms, let's say if Bitcoin is fixed, and as currently there's circulating supply of Bitcoin is around 18 million. So all the fixed is 21 million. We have what you call circulating supply. So we have the fixed supply and circulating supply. Circulating supply means that at this current moment, how much or how many Bitcoins are in the environment or are open for people to buy and sell. So currently it's around 80 million. And the process where more Bitcoins get added to the supply is what we call mining. So basically that's where computer machines solve the mathematical problems to mine more Bitcoins. And that process is also how transactions are validated on the blockchain network. As I mentioned earlier, Bitcoin runs on a network called the blockchain network. That's the process of what we call mining. It uses that process to validate transactions on the blockchain network. Now let's go to some more fun stuff about Bitcoin. Okay, so we say use cases of Bitcoin. So why do you have to know about Bitcoin? Why is it important? Why do you have to worry yourself about Bitcoin if you have cedis and cedis is working fine for you? If you have dollars and it's working fine for you, why should you be concerned about Bitcoin? So I've grouped them into 4 major categories why you should be concerned about it and why you should know about it and why you should take it serious. The first part is for payments, a way which we use to make money. So I want to pay for goods and services. I can use Bitcoin to pay for goods and services and doesn't limit you to geographical locations. So for example, you say, okay, I have cedis, but I can pay with cedis, or I have Momo, I can pay with Momo. Momo, you can just pay with Momo internally. That's just in Ghana that you can send Momo money to people. You can't send mobile money to someone outside Ghana unless you have to go to another channel. If you want to do cross-border transactions using the bank uses a service called Swift. They have to use that service. It will take days for it to be processed. Fees are high. For example, I remember some time back, I think 2016, I wanted to send $100 to a supplier in China because I wanted a product, a sample of a product. So you just had to pay $100 for that sample of a product. I went to the bank, they told me the fees they were going to charge in total was going to be about $85. For me to send $100 to a country and I'm paying fees of $85, it doesn't make sense. So I ended up not doing the transaction because it didn't make sense for me. But using Bitcoin like this, Bitcoin has very low fees. No matter how much you're sending, the fees are very, very low. And you can send across board and it's kind of instant payment as well. And I don't have to, so even with the $100 I was supposed to pay, I was still going to wait about 3 to 5 days for the merchant to verify receipt of it. There was another instance I had to send money to a colleague friend who is from Liberia, came to Ghana. So he wanted money to send money to the brother in Liberia. We went to the bank, they're saying they charge about $100 for the transaction, but that amount, we are sending $3,000 something. So it was quite huge money they were sending. And the money had to be routed to New York before it goes to Liberia. Meanwhile, Liberia is just our neighbor, practically our neighbor just here. But it has to go all the way to New York to be routed through the Swift system to go to Liberia. And it took about 3 days for the person to receive the money. So payment is one thing that Bitcoin solves. in Bitcoin, when you're using Bitcoin, you can pay someone, the person receives that money instantly. Second thing is also remittance. Remittance is basically also kind of payments. In these terms, maybe someone is sending you money, a family member abroad wants to send you money. They don't have to go use Western Union or the other services that you have to actually leave your house and go out there to a merchant to go and receive funds from, or to a bank to receive funds. You can use that for. The third thing that I'll talk about is store of value. Store of value basically means that you can buy Bitcoin today, the price appreciates. As I mentioned earlier, the supply is fixed. So because the supply is fixed, as more people demand Bitcoins, the value tends to go up. So you can buy it, hold it, and as it goes up, you get returns on that. And lastly is to hedge your assets. Hedge your assets is basically if you are someone like to invest your money, you like to buy any, you are generally investing your money. Now people invest in what you call treasury bills, invest in fixed deposits, blah, blah, blah. There are some people who say, okay, I've invested in all the traditional model of investments, but I need something which is out of the box so that in case all these ones foul play happens, at least I have some funds somewhere else that I can touch. Traditionally, people also use gold. Gold has served as this form, this medium for a lot of people. So they use gold as a store of value. But Bitcoin is kind of considered as informally as the digital gold. So if it's considered the digital gold, and gold, even digging for gold is more expensive and all that, and access to gold is expensive. Storage of gold is wahala and all that. I'll be training some jargons to make it fun and all that. So Bitcoin can serve as a hedge for your assets. Also, we have in cryptocurrencies, drifting from Bitcoin for a second, generally in cryptocurrencies, we have what you call stable coins. So stable coins is basically, let's say, Ghana cedis. You can decide to create a cryptocurrency called CD coin. Then we will peg it against the CD. So if the government prints, we have one stable coin, we'll go and back it with actual CDs in the bank account. Okay, so if I give you one CD coin, it means I have one CD in the bank. So we have popular ones like Tether, which is popularly known, which is backed by the dollar. So basically they say each Tether you buy is actually like you are buying dollars, keeping fiscal dollars. So people can also use that as also a hedge for their currency inflation and all that. Why would you consider using Tether as a hedge of currency inflation? For example, since 2007, when we rebased our currency, changed our currency in Ghana to now, the CD has been falling on compounded annual growth rate of about 14.5%. So each year you keep CDs, the dollar appreciates against it. And in this evening, I have another event with investingh guys where we delve deeper into this kind of why you should think about hedging assets and all that, and other investment alternatives. Now, moving on to Bitcoin. As I mentioned earlier, the 4 key use cases was payments, remittance, store of value, and hedge of your assets. Now, this is a typical example of something that happened in October in Nigeria, where Feminist Coalition, one organization that was trying to help people in the End SARS movement that was broadly spread across the news, media house and all that. So basically Nigerians trying to break free of oppression from their police force. And they were raising funds for this service, helping people who get injured, people who go and protest, buying food and all that for them. And the government decided to shut down their bank accounts. They were using Flutterwave for payment, decided to shut everything down, just basically oppress them not to be able to continue protesting. They had to turn to Bitcoin in this case for payment because it was private. The government couldn't control it, and they had control over their money. So they had to shift from using a normal bank payment or using bank to Bitcoin. So this is one typical example where Bitcoin came in and solved a real world use case in this sense. So as I mentioned earlier, remittance, this is what we are known to do. We go to a physical location like this to send money to someone outside if you want to send money to another country and all that. This is what you do. Bitcoin solves that. To talk about store of value. Now let me talk about store of value. So basically store of value, I'm using an example of how I got interested in the Bitcoin space. So that was 2017. from January 2017. I've been hearing about Bitcoin, people talk about it, I read about it, and I never, the impact, like I never thought to read further into it until a colleague of mine decided to educate. So he mentioned one time, he said, okay, let's create a group. He created a group and educated a few of us. I said, okay, after the education, I said, let me just throw in something small and see. So I put in just $6 worth of Bitcoin. I bought $6 worth of Bitcoin. That's 8th of August 2017. Around a month later, that's 18th October 2017, the Bitcoin was worth about $10. So that was an appreciation of about 55%. Then I was like, as a typical Black person who is scared of everything online, I was like, let me withdraw my money, bring it back to CDs and hold it and see that if it will work for me. So I tried that. I withdrew my money. I saw that the process was quite easy. So it's basically nothing strange out of the ordinary. Because normally if you talk to people about Bitcoin, it's like, hey, online there, someone will take my money and run away with my money. There's no one running away with your money. You control your money. Actually, it's more safer that way than keeping your money in where you don't have the control, ultimate power over your funds. Like I mentioned earlier, of feminist coalitions accounts being frozen by the government and all that. Your accounts can be frozen anytime they think or they suspect you are doing something foul. You don't have to be doing something foul for your account to be frozen. The suspicion of it can let them freeze your accounts. So basically, this is what my experience, this is what I did, and I got into the journey. So usually I advise people that, hey, if you don't believe in it, or you are scared to approach Bitcoin, or you're scared to use it, just put in, let's say, $5. That's about 30 cedis now. Just buy 30 cedis worth of Bitcoin, create a wallet, buy it, and just let it be there for some few weeks, monitor it, try to withdraw it, and have that experience. After you have that experience, you see that your whole perspective to it will change. So this is my approach to it. Also, I just wanted to show this data. So funny enough here, currently the price of Bitcoin is at 23,000. So I was supposed to even change the slide. Yeah, so this is a chart showing the price of Bitcoin this year. So from the January 1st to now, this is the chart showing like appreciation of it. So this is boiling down to the point of store of value. So at the beginning of the year, it was moving around $5,000. Now it's currently at $23,000. So it has appreciated about, in percentage wise, about 223%. This was taken like just last week. So just last week, it was at 19,000 and the appreciation was about 117%. So this is why I say it's a store of value. Now, the question is, question most people will be having by this time is, where and how can I buy it? So how can I buy it and where can I buy it? So basically, as I mentioned earlier, in Bitcoin, we have what you call Bitcoin wallets or Bitcoin address or Bitcoin account, whatever you give to it. Usually it's termed as wallet. Wallet is, take it as if that's your bank account number. And we have, that's what I mentioned initially, I mentioned as keys, public key and private key. In this case, public key is the same as your Bitcoin wallet address. When someone say, okay, I want to send you Bitcoins, where should I send it to? You give that person your public key or your Bitcoin wallet address. And usually this is how the address looks like, some gibberish there. The good thing is with yellowcard, you don't have to even remember this gibberish there. You just have to use your phone number or email to receive payments from people. When they ask, I want to send you Bitcoin, you can use that for that. And there are types of wallets that I want to talk about. So basically, we have what's called the cold wallet and the hot wallet. So basically, that's your wallet is, so let me calm down and explain. So we have, let's say mobile money. You have a mobile money number. So in this case, let's say your mobile money number is your Bitcoin wallet. That mobile money number is linked to a telco, or it's linked to it's linked to a telco. So that link to a telco, so the telco can be that MTN, Vodafone, or Teltigo. In the same way, in Bitcoin, you have the wallet address, which is the number, can be linked to an equivalent of a telco, which in this case can be where you are storing your Bitcoins or the particular company that is giving you the access. In this case, Yellowcard is one of those companies, and we fall under what we call the hot wallet. I'll explain that. And there's cold wallet as well. So the cold wallet, example, is a paper wallet and a ledger wallet. Okay, so what is on the left, the thing that looks like a pen drive on the left is what we call a ledger wallet. So basically it's a device, hardware device. So we call them hardware wallets. It's a hardware device that you store your Bitcoins on. So cold wallets are usually more secured than hot wallets. Like they are prone to hacks and all those things because it's like, it's offline. So no one can get access to it. So we have the ledger wallet, which looks like a pen drive thing you have to buy if you want to store on the hardware wallet. And we have what's called a paper wallet. So paper wallet is basically a paper. So you just, this one, you just go online, you just Google Bitcoin address generators. You can go to, within 2 minutes, you generate your own paper wallet. And on the paper wallet, you have 2 sections you have to keep note of. We have what we call the private key. Again, we are back to private key and public key. So the private key aspect is what is shown at the extreme right. This is what I'm saying, that in the normal sense, let's say in the banking sense, that's your own login details for your banking app access or your banking platform access. So you don't share that one with anyone. And what is on the left stated load and verify is what you call the public key or Bitcoin address, as clearly stated, Bitcoin address. This is what, if I want someone to send money to, you show the person this, so the person can scan and pay, or you share the address to the person sends to you the address. So example of hot wallet is what I mentioned. So Yellowcard is a hot wallet, and I'll delve a bit deeper into this section very soon. So let me just give a brief background about Yellowcard. So Yellowcard is a cryptocurrency exchange in Africa. We started in Nigeria and expanded to South Africa, Kenya, Cameroon, Botswana, and now we are entering the Ghanaian market. So basically, we allow you to buy, sell, and store your cryptocurrency. So we do 3 major things. We help you buy, we help you sell, and we help you store. So basically, buy is you can buy from us and send to your, you can buy Bitcoin on our platform and send it to your, what you call your cold wallet, or you can equally sell, send your Bitcoins to our platform and sell, and we'll give you CDs for it, or you can buy and store it on our platform as well. And we don't charge fees for it. Any fee that is being applied on our platform maybe is charged by our partner who is processing. Maybe you are buying with Momo and the Momo processor charges a fee, or you are doing bank deposits and they charge a fee and all that. We don't charge fees for using the service. Yeah, and this year we've been able to process about 165 million. So that's from January to I think November, we processed about 165 million in total cryptocurrency transactions across Africa. And this is about 1,800% increase in what we did the previous year. Yeah, so back to how to register with Yellowcard. So basically, as I said, we are now launching in Ghana. So if you want to register with Yellowcard, you don't have to go to yellowcard.io. We have a special link for registration, which is shown on the screen. That is http://bits.ly/ycghana. You use this link to register. So if you want to enter the giveaway, kindly just use this link to register. Let me quickly try and demo the registration process for everyone to see. Give me a second, share that screen with you. I hope everyone can see clearly. So if you come to the Yellowcard platform, the link provided to take you to this page, you just click on sign up here. You enter your information that you want to sign up with. So let me just demo here. So make sure the country is set to Ghana. So ask for your phone number. You just provide the phone number you want to use. Then you ask for your email. So you ask for a password. If you have a referral code, you just input that referral code into the box here. Any referral code that you have, you just input it into the box. If you don't have, fine, then you just click on sign up. It will just take you to the sign up page. Currently, this account, I have an account there. That's why it didn't take me inside. Yeah, but this is generally how you just sign up. And when you sign up, it is just take you straight to the platform. No, to leave more time for questions and answers, I'll just let my colleague Oswald take over. So also we'll be talking about security and scams in the space and how to spot them. So also please, you can unmute and go on.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you could just control the presentation for me while I share.
Okay.
Thank you very much for all the wonderful information that you've shared. I mean, everybody's now looking at understanding the new kinds of money, and this is basically the future of money. The United States is coming out with a digital dollar, which is their own cryptocurrency that they are looking to launch. And so if the United States government is looking to enter this, this space, you can understand how valuable it is. And it helps for us to understand this, understand how cryptocurrencies work, not just because, not just for trading purposes, but also for financial sense, to improve your financial sense and to understand financial terms and all. Because when you make money, you want to understand where you can store value and what things mean, and also to prevent yourself being scammed in many ways. So, I mean, because it's relatively new, there are a lot of people out there who are looking to steal from unsuspecting victims. And so there's a lot of false information out there. There are people parading as businesses or agents of certain things that they expect you to give them your money for, so that they could help you in terms of some form of cryptocurrency system. And so there are so many people out there looking to scam people anyway, just like there is a lot of fraud in the banking system as well. Banking fraud, there's mobile money fraud. I mean, cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin are not devoid of fraudulent schemes themselves. So it would be good to be vigilant. One thing that we would say is listen to experts on the matter and recognize experts instead of people that you just meet online who send you a message like, we want to help you we can multiply your money through trading cryptocurrency and all. If it's coming from an expert, then you know you could, there's a degree to which you can trust that kind of information. But if it's a random person you don't know who has a picture that you can see, you will need to be wary of it. And so we are going to talk about how to spot these scams and the various things you can do to protect yourself while you are going on your cryptocurrency and Bitcoin journey. And so let's talk about staying safe online. The first thing that you should do is ensure that you are not connected to any insecure networks. Basically, when you have to do anything financial, when it comes to financial information, do not use public Wi-Fi. Do not use Wi-Fi that people have shared for you when you are looking to do financial transactions or anything that involves sensitive data. So ensure that the networks you are on are secure. You can use your work network, but sometimes those ones are also compromised and you might not know what's going on there. One of the best ways you can do this is to use your mobile device to probably create a hotspot or do the transactions on your mobile device directly. So you can use your mobile phone to create a hotspot and then use that. Or if you have a secure home connection, you can use your secure home connection for that. Because people can sit on the networks and intercept data that is going through, especially when it is unverified. I mean, it is insecure, it's not encrypted. And so you should ensure that you stay on secure networks to stay on secure networks so that you don't have your data intercepted. Secondly, you should avoid sharing private information and devices. So one thing you should do is never tell anybody your password, no matter what, whether they are your closest sibling, never. Passwords are things that are supposed to stay in your head alone, your head only. Some people write down passwords, but it's not actually advisable to write down passwords. You can have a naming convention for creating your passwords, which I have. So I have a naming convention for creating my passwords. So I have about 200 passwords I have to remember. I don't need to remember them, but any website that I pick, depending on what the website is, there is a naming convention. I can simply just determine it, the password that I use, and I type it in and it works. So I don't really have to remember the passwords in my head because I have a naming convention. Don't share devices, don't share pins, don't share passwords, don't share devices that you use for your transactions, and don't log into services on people's devices. You say, well, let me check my Bitcoin something on your phone, or my phone is off. Wait until your phone comes on. Don't let people use your personal computer. Don't let people use your phone. For me, I don't share my phone details with anyone because there's sensitive information on it. If you give your phone to someone for 3 minutes, they can actually gain access to all of your information, save data that is going to stay on your phone and report everything you are doing on your phone, expose all kinds of things. So do not share sensitive information. Make sure that you keep your balances to yourselves. If people know you are into these things, you'll be a target. And you should also use multi-factor authentication. So I'm jumping to the last one. Multi-factor authentication, whereby when you're signing in, you get an OTP on your device, or you get OTP means one-time password. So it's usually a number that you add. Make sure to enable multi-factor authentication on all of your services, so that even if someone has your password, they'll still need to have physical access to your phone to get it. Even though OTPs, to a degree, there are certain issues. Having multiple layers helps you to do it. And on the previous slide, the third one is use verified services. For example, yellowcard is a verified service. The information can be corroborated between different people and a number of people. So don't use services that people talk about. When you receive an email to log into a Bitcoin service or something, do not use those services. Only use trusted and verified services online. Only listen to experts on the matter, and don't just follow things that you hear. When someone sends you a link, get this amount of Bitcoin or things, or someone tells you about something, don't just follow it. Ensure that these services that you're using are verified so that you do not get scammed. Yeah. Okay, so how do you spot a scam? Most scams are based on human behavior that exposes you to, that makes you vulnerable to being deceived. For example, greed. So most scams are based on greed. It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme. It sounds too good to be true. Usually, that's what it is. When it sounds too good to be true, you need to dial back and say, "Hey." Someone says they'll convert your 100 cedis to 1,000 cedis in 3 days. That sounds like a scam. If they said they will teach you so that you will do it, it's a different situation from, and you learn how to do it yourself. It's a different situation from when they say, give me your money and I will return it to you with this kind of thing. There are a lot of scams that are going on like that. World remit scams. A lot of people are scammed every day based on that. People are scammed based on cryptocurrency. I had a call from someone in the UK a few days, I think last week or so, and someone had sent them information to say, we trade Bitcoin on your behalf. Don't give your money to people to trade for you. If it looks like somebody has a technique or a style of trading that helps them to make money, you can learn that. If they offer to teach you, you can learn that, but it's a different situation from when they say, give us your money. And you shouldn't give your money. Personally, I think you should learn how to do things yourself so that you can be in control and you can decide whether you want to actually do it or not. When something also appears to be in a rush, that's also based on impulse. I mean, it's all human behavior. So when you are being driven into impulse to do something quickly, our next batch of this is closing in the next 2 days, it's likely to be a scam, because genuine businesses will allow you time to verify, and they do not rush with a lot of things because they're doing genuine business. So avoid things that seem to be in a rush. It's like, do this now, do this today. You have 3 hours to get in so that you can make this amount of money. That's usually what scams sound like. Then the third one is when it's from an unknown source with no real references. You hear people saying, you receive an email, you've never heard of the company before, or the company name doesn't look real. It's always good to do some research on Google. It's always good to check up on the name, speak to other people. You can speak to an expert in trading or cryptocurrency matters and ask them about that particular organization. Send a link to them and see if they think that is real. Check the website, see if the security is on point and everything before you venture into it. So don't follow unknown sources, people you don't know who from nowhere who just send you messages. I mean, advertisements that you just see. Try to avoid those scams as well. And generally, before you take any decision, try to speak to an expert who can advise you. Great. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat, and then we will answer them when we are done.
Okay, great. Thanks very much for that, Oswald. As you mentioned, let's stay safe online, verify information, all that. So I'd like to emphasize that, for example, yellowcard, I can speak for yellowcard. Yellowcard, we are not into investments. We don't double your money. We don't increase your money in any way. If you buy Bitcoin and you're storing on your platform and Bitcoin appreciates in price, it will be indicated in your balance that your money has appreciated, but it's not yellowcard that's involved in the appreciation process. It's solely because the value of what you are holding in our wallet appreciated in price. So we are not an investment platform. We don't provide any form of investment. I like to say it because you get people ask about this a lot. So that's the clarification I wanted to make on that. Maybe can you drop the YouTube link in the description? Someone sent me a message asking for the YouTube link. I think he wants to share with someone and you want to watch it after. So you kindly drop the link for me. Those who have raised their hands, we are going to the question section very soon. Please, I'll get to that. Before that, I'd like to state, let's go to the giveaway instruction. And I would like to state that if you have any, so basically the link to the registration for yellowcard platform is stated below. Don't use the normal yellowcard.io platform as I indicated earlier. This is we are launching into Ghana with our new web app that we'll be launching across the whole Africa. If you just go to yellowcard.io, it's blocked Ghana on that platform. We've blocked Ghana entries. We are giving Ghana a whole different access to it. So kindly use this link. And if you have any problems, on the screen is my social media handles. Kindly message me. I'll get back to you. Please, if I'm a bit slow on replying you, kindly be patient. I'll reply you by close of day. So to enter the giveaway, share the event. Kindly share the YouTube link. The event is almost right now. We are entering the question and answer session. So kindly share the YouTube link with people so that after the event, those who are busy right now, they can rewatch it and all that. So this is basically the things you have to do to enter the giveaway. And now questions and answers. I can see 2 people have raised their hands. Please ask a lot of questions. I believe that's the way we can provide more help to you by answering the questions you have. Some people will have experience in this space and have a lot of questions. Okay.
All right. Eben, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So to make things easier and smooth for you, we have a couple of questions. We've received some. I think you might have received a couple in your DMs as well. So you can forward those to me and then I'll read them out to you so that you can respond appropriately. I think that will be easier.
Yeah, that'll be easier.
Okay, all right. So I'll take them one after the other. I think either you or Oswald can respond to the questions.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is from Samuel. Samuel is asking, how do you invest in Ghana stocks? Totally unrelated to what we are discussing here, but Samuel, we have a webinar already to educate you on how to invest in stocks in Ghana. It's available on the investingh YouTube channel. So kindly visit our YouTube channel and then look out for the topic, how to buy stocks in Ghana. That's the response to Samuel. Jonathan here is asking if the slide will be available. Yes, of course. The slides will be made available to you as always, but it will only be available to those who registered for the webinar and those who are in the investingh WhatsApp groups. So if you are not in any of our WhatsApp groups or you haven't registered, kindly visit our website at www.investingh.info. Click on register, fill a very short form, provide an email address where a correspondence will be sent to you by mail. That's the only way we can reach you guys. So please try and register or visit our WhatsApp groups. You can also find them on our website as well. Okay, so now these ones are direct. Let me read them out for you. From Dr. Marriott. Marriott is asking, he said, I'm from Lusaka, Zambia. Does yellowcard have a presence in Zambia? And how do I join?
Okay. Hello. I know we have a presence in Zambia. We started operations in Zambia, but I don't know. I'm not sure as to whether it's live yet. So kindly DM me on Twitter and IG. I'll follow up with the operations manager there and verify and give you heads up as to who you should contact there to help you.
Okay. Then again, the contacts of the speakers will be made available to the audience. Those who have registered will get it via mail or in the WhatsApp group. So this question is from Asamaniwa. I don't know if I got it right, but he's asking, what is the current supply of Bitcoin? Is it 18 billion?
Yeah, around 18 million. That's correct.
Okay, so that's the approximate figure there. And someone is also asking.
Sorry to cut you. You can always check up on that. Go to this website called coinmarketcap You will see Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies listed there. So when you click on it, it will show you the data as to the circulating supply and other analytics or other data that you can use to make informed decisions. Thank you.
Okay, so the website has been typed in the chat section, so you can look it up after the webinar. We also have another question from, no name. Please, in case someone sends me money through Bitcoin, how am I going to withdraw it as cash in Ghana?
Okay, to answer, from no name, right? Mr. No Name or Mrs.
Yeah, no name.
Please, you can use yellowcard for it. So basically, if the person is sending you Bitcoin, you just give them your wallet. So you go onto yellowcard platform. Let me just quickly demo that for you just to see. Sorry. Oh, okay. I'll do that. I have to sign it. I thought I had already signed it, but I'll share that later as we go on.
Okay,
but
sure. When you are ready, you can walk us through it.
And we'll pay you either to bank account or mobile money wallet. That's what you're working on.
Okay. So is that a feature that is currently available or something you're working on?
Currently, we can pay you to bank accounts. We are working on the mobile money. Very soon.
Okay, all right, sure. We have a lot of questions pouring in, so I'll be a bit snappy about them.
Okay.
Christopher is asking, what are the rules to getting the giveaways, and are there any specific hashtags that we should use? So that's from Christopher and Michael.
Okay, I think we should have used hashtag, but for now you can just send a screenshot to my either of my social handles, or just use hashtag YC Ghana. Just use YC Ghana. I'll follow up on that hashtag and see.
Okay, sure. Paul is asking, what are some of the safe places you can keep your cryptocurrencies?
Safe places you can. So I'll be biased here. I'll mention yellowcard number 1, and number 2 is what I talked about, cold storage, cold wallet. So cold wallet is basically storing it offline, in the sense that you either purchase the ledger wallet, the device I showed in the presentation that looks like a pen drive, or you can use a hard wallet. So hard wallet, another hard wallet like paper wallet. Sorry, you can use a paper wallet. Basically, you just go online, search for Bitcoin paper wallet generator. It will let you generate a wallet. You can print it out, then send your money or crypto to it. But just note that paper wallet, once the paper gets destroyed, your funds get destroyed with the paper as well. So there are various ways you can store Bitcoin safe.
Okay, can you please take it again, but a bit slowly?
Okay, sorry. So I was saying that first, being biased, I'll say use yellowcard. You can store it on yellowcard, it's secured. Second thing is storing it cold wallets or cold storage, what we call cold wallets. Example is what's called hard wallets. And hard wallets, there are various different, there are various types of hard wallets. That's either you use what you call the Trezor wallet. There's other companies that make different kind of wallet. It looks like a pen drive. We have other wallets that look like an ATM card, but had been, we have the private key and the public key imprinted on it. So you can send money to that. Basically, when you send it to a hard wallet or cold storage, it's not online. So if in case the platform or anything can be hacked or anything, hard wallets can never be hacked because it's not online. And if you are using hot wallets, which is online platforms, then you can use the yellowcard. You can store your Bitcoins on yellowcard. That's secure. Yeah.
Okay. Whilst I continue with the question, I would like to state emphatically that trading and investing in cryptocurrencies is very, very, very risky. It's one of the riskiest investments you can get yourself into. It's very volatile as well. You might be losing a lot of your investments in a day, and you might be gaining about 100 times your investments that same day. So please make sure you educate yourself well through webinars such as these, and read for yourselves. Make sure you get all the information before you get into it. It's very, very important. On that note, yeah.
Can I speak on what you just mentioned?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So basically, I know you hear the word is very risky, then you get scared of. But the thing is, yes, it's volatile. It's volatile in the sense that in the short time, the price moves up and down because of demand and supply, and people speculating as to what the price to be to the investor. Personally, if you ask me, I'll tell you, keep up to 10% of your portfolio in cryptocurrency. If, let's say, you want to make payments, let's go back to the 4 use cases of it. There's payment, there's remittance, there's store of value, there's hedging. If you are buying it for store of value, keep up to like 10% of your portfolio that you want to invest, or the money that you want to invest into it. Depending on your risk asset, 10% is quite moderate for an individual to do. If you are using it for payments, let's say you want to pay for something in the quick 10, I want to send money, you can basically do that one quickly and withdraw your money from it. So you pay the person and instantly the person withdraws from Bitcoin and all that. So there are various use cases, and as to the points you are and the time you want to use it and how you risk assess yourself to use it accordingly.
Okay. All right. In relation to that, someone is asking, what was your lowest drop in value?
Lowest drop in value. Did I even take notes? Okay, so for me, I can't really answer it accurately as you want, because my strategy to investing in Bitcoin for store value is basically every month I put some portion of my income into it. So if I deposit into it, it makes we call the term, I've forgotten the term, but I'll get to it. But basically, it's like I'm spreading my buying entry. So I didn't buy, let's say, at everything at say 20K. So when it goes down to 15K, it's every month I'm putting it. So my price entry is different at each time. So the calculation of your drop down becomes different because of the different times I got in. I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, I think we get you. Okay. Yao is asking, how do you trade Bitcoin?
Okay. So so what we talked about today is buying it, storing it. It's not trading as in short term, going in to try and make money from buy low, sell high kind of spread. So basically trading Bitcoin in the sense, from my understanding, is like short term trade. So you enter, you want to make a quick back from your trade. So basically most people trading in that sense use what you call leverage. Using leverage is like what you call, you borrow money from the platform you want to use to trade. So the platform, they say, okay, you give me $100, but in return, I'll give you $2,000 to trade with. So in that sense, it's like 20x your money. So you can, if you're using $2,000 to trade with and you make $100 profits, or you make $100 trade, the income becomes bigger than you using your $100 to trade. There are people who do that, and that is where the risk is more. For me personally, I do it. I don't teach people about it. I don't talk to people about it because I don't want to be risk liable to if someone loses funds. If you want to do that,
Okay.
YouTube is your best friend.
All right. Thank you very much. Michael visited the Yellowcard page and is asking, is yellowcard.io different from beta.yellowcard.io?
Yes, it's slightly different. So basically, again, the beta.io, this is a platform that we are launching in Ghana with. So eventually yellowcard.io or the beta. Eventually they will merge together to go on one platform. But if you're in Ghana, you have to use to register, you use the link I provided, that's the bit.ly/YC Ghana to register. But if you want to sign in, you use the beta.io to sign in. Don't use the yellowcard.io. Eventually, you will just be using yellowcard.io when every other market merges with the new platform. So currently, the other markets can only buy Bitcoins, but right now we've added Ethereum and USDT. That's the tether to it. So you can buy dollars and store dollars on the platform. You can buy Ethereum on the platform as well.
Okay, sure. William is asking, do you allow short selling on your platform, and do you give traders margin?
No, we don't do that.
Okay, sure. Kwesi is asking, if I have an investment in Bitcoin and the unexpected happens, how can my next of kin have access to my investment since I alone know my passcode?
Okay, so this is what we call the advantage and disadvantage of cold and hard wallets. So for example, when you're using hot wallets like a platform like Yellowcard, we do KYC, we collect KYC like when you're opening a bank account, or we don't go that extreme to collect things we don't really need. So we collect things that will things like KYC, like next of kin and all those things. So we can basically reach out and send the funds to whoever you want to send to. But if you are keeping your funds in cold storage in a hard wallet and then you die with it, there's been cases of that where most millions of Bitcoins are sitting in accounts that people can't get access to. That's the disadvantage of being your own bank, I guess.
Okay. This one is from Cyril. Cyril is asking, how easy is it for me to convert Bitcoin to CD and vice versa on the Yellowcard platform?
It's very easy. Just demoing quickly. So basically, I'm on the platform now. I hope everyone can see my screen. Friends, please, I hope everyone can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can see, so I'm sure
Yes,
everyone else.
basically, I'm trying to buy 10 cedis worth of Bitcoin right now. It just tells me everything's correct. That's it. It's as simple as that. So my available balance in CDs has reduced, my Bitcoin holdings has gone up, and I can basically sell it back instantly. So I hope you answered your question, how easy it is.
Okay, so when you sell it here, then you get your balance in CDs, right?
Yes, so in CD, so you can decide to withdraw your money anytime you want.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
That's on the yellowcard platform.
Yes.
Okay, all right. PS is asking, what are some of the risks associated with hot storage systems?
Yeah, so some of the risks associated with hot storage system is the platform in general can be hacked, in the sense of the company. There are cases where some exchanges, like yellowcard, has been hacked in the past, where people compromise their security. But that was mostly in the early beginning of the crypto environment, where some security measures were not in place up to now. But currently, I believe like security has been improved. Yellowcard, for example, I can speak for Yellowcard. We've like improved on the security aspect to prevent such things from happening by even using custody wallets and all that. So basically, we are doing certain security things in the background to make sure it's safe and all. But the question is never say never.
Okay, that's well noted. Joel is asking, okay, so in relation to what you said, Joel is asking what security features you have in place to prevent hacks.
Basically, it's all encryptions. So we have encryptions. So for example, the first thing you have to look at when you are visiting any site is the padlock thing at the top here, whether the site is encrypted. For example, just last 2 days, I was visiting Data Protection Agency of Ghana, the whole Data Protection Agency of Ghana, and their website wasn't encrypted. So this is like red file, but we have encrypted that. And also as I mentioned, your wallets, so when you send Bitcoins to us and everything, the wallets also, we are using other encryption parties to help with the encryption of it, so that make sure everything is secured. We've been running, hiring other what we call hackers to try and do pen testing on our website to give us feedback as to how difficult is it to break, and any files they see, we see them and all that. So basically, we are working on, and even that's one of the things why it's delaying us. That delayed us from launching, because we have to make sure that everything around the security aspect was fixed.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. A couple of people are asking if you have a Momo funding option, but I think you already answered that.
Yeah, we are working on it. So we are working on the integration now. For now, we are doing bank deposits. Sometime this week we'll do manual mobile money, so you can send to our manual mobile money account. But we are working on integration to make sure that it's done automatically when you when you go to an agent and the pop-up just scans for you to enter the PIN. So we are getting there very soon.
Okay. Michael is asking, are you regulated by any of the security agencies?
Yeah. The answer is no. And the follow-up is there's no regulation for cryptocurrency. There's no regulation available for cryptocurrency as of now. So we are hoping to work with the agencies involved in this space to come up with regulation going forward. But now there's no regulation.
Okay. Israel is asking, if I have a blockchain account and I want to transfer the funds to yellowcard, is it possible to do that?
Yes, it's possible to do that. So in this sense, you just if it's Bitcoin that you're transferring, when you go to the yellowcard wallet, you just go to the receive, then you copy your address and open your blockchain wallet account, go to send and put your wallet address there. Your funds will be sent to this wallet. That's it.
Okay, we have a couple of raised hands here, so I think we would have to respond to them. Freeman, can you hear me, Freeman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, so Freeman, you can ask your question.
Yeah, good afternoon, Freeman.
Good afternoon. Mine is a suggestion, it's not a question as such.
Okay.
I saw that your URL is not secured, because every secured URL should have S at the end of the HTTP.
Yeah.
So if you can kindly work on that, okay?
Okay, so I understand your that concern. So basically, that URL is what you call. I'm using a URL shortener. So that's not where your information is being collected. It redirects it. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I understand. It directs it all right.
Yeah, but so this is, it directs you to this page. Let me just show them.
Good.
Wait, hold on a second. So it directs you to this page. I hope everyone can see my screen, where it shows that it's protected, the connection is secured. So the page you are collecting your information is actually secured.
It's secure. Okay. That is what I want to know. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Freeman. We have Prince. Prince, can you hear me? Kindly unmute yourself. Okay.
Hear me?
Hi, Prince.
Hey, hello. So my question is it's about something that Oswald said, right? He talked about listen to expert and recognize expert. I don't know if you guys remember NAM1, men's gold. I'm sorry to bring this up, especially those of you whose family was affected by it. But everything that the guy did, right, was from, if you're standing outside looking in, it looked credible. Advertising, using celebrities, pictures with government and all that, right? It looked very credible, and he looked like an expert. But then to me, I think what he did wasn't credible, but people will still argue and say, oh, it was a legit business, right? So my point is, with Yellow Card Ghana, is this backed by Bank of Ghana? Is this backed by FDIC? Like, if I put my money there, all right, in the next 3 years, can I guarantee, is it guaranteed that my money will still be there? Like, what if the owners of Yellow Coin decide to, do something else, like invest in, like who's gonna stand between the gap to take my money from Yellow Coin and give it back to me? Because like even big banks in Ghana and microfinances in Ghana, right? Backed by a Bank of Ghana, were insolvent in this country, and they were in function, they were working for years. So my point is, like, with Yellow Card, how legit is this? And who's standing there to say this is legit? Guys, your money is still going to be there 5 years from now. It's still going to be there 10 years from now. I guess, yeah, I'm all over the place, but my question is credibility. How do you answer that?
Let me take the part of experts and the role of experts in it. NAM1 is an entrepreneur who started a business. When I talk about experts, I'm talking about investment experts, people who are industry acknowledged experts in investment. When you look at NAM1's contracts that people were signing, it had certain legal terms that are not even applicable in Ghana. And if any lawyer should actually look at such a contract, they will tell you that this contract has certain issues. This contract doesn't state that you're buying gold. This contract doesn't state that you can resolve issues here in Ghana, and a few other things. As I said, you asked if there could be a guarantee by the Bank of Ghana, and we know that there are issues with Bank of Ghana here. There is no 100% guarantee, but there is a degree to which you can control certain things. If you are using Yellow Card as a hot wallet, you could decide, because Bitcoin is bigger than Yellow Card, You can decide not to store your money in yellowcard, but only to use it to move money. And it provides you with a channel. You can decide to bet on the Bitcoin platform itself, which is worldwide renowned. And I mean, if there were any other issues, you would know. So you calculate your risk. Just that when I say you should listen to experts, I mean that you should listen to investment experts that you trust. You should listen to this, and that gives you, even though it's not 100%, it doesn't mean 100% that you are going to be safe. It's better than actually just listening to somebody on the internet who sends you a message without a profile picture and says that this is good and they explain something to you and you're out. It just gives you a safer alternative and a less risky alternative to make to base your decisions on.
Okay. Thanks also for that. Let me go back. Let me answer the part about regulations, whether it's being backed by any insurance security or any of that thing. Okay, so first thing, stated clearly, cryptocurrencies is not regulated in Ghana and across most African countries, or even the world as we know it, is not regulating cryptocurrencies in many markets because one, regulators are being slow on the process in the terms that it's not totally their fault, or we won't blame them that they are being slow. We don't blame them because it's a new technology and they have to understand the risk aspects and how to properly regulate it. In yellowcard, in this case, we're looking to work with them to come up with policies to regulate the space going forward. So, for example, let me just use the example of mobile money players in the market, MTN and all these people. When they started, were not regulated up until this year that Bank of Ghana came up with a payment license to regulate them. So what they did was to self-regulate themselves up to that point. That's the same way yellowcard is also going. So for example, yellowcard, we are self-regulating ourselves by looking at who comes onto our platform, what kind of access do we give people on the platform to the number of things they can do on the platform, and what information have they given us. So for example, we have tiers, we have what we call tiers in the system where we have to get to know who is using the platform to be able to at least know money laundering people are on the platform and all that. So we have tiers to check all those things. In terms of security, in that sense, I think also mentioned it slightly in the sense that if you don't trust yellowcard or any other platform as a hot wallet, that's why they have the cold storage. So you can use yellowcard to buy the Bitcoin. The moment you buy it, you transfer it to your cold storage or hardware wallet where you keep privately in your house or somewhere. You can even go, there are people who buy it, store it on a hard wallet and take it to the banks or services that provide what you call vault security. So you have it stored on a pen drive and you will say, okay, my house, I don't want, maybe someone come and steal it. You can take it to the bank and store it in a vault somewhere as security. Now, cryptocurrencies itself is built in a way that is you, the person, you are of your own bank. So whether it's hot wallet, cold wallet, there is no FDI, like in US, you have FDIC insurance. There's no kind of insurance like that for you because you have taken the responsibility that, hey, I don't trust central banks to be my protector. I want to be my own bank, move money at my own time, control my own resources. So in that sense, there's no party, if you are keeping your wallet yourself or online, that will come and fight for you and say, okay, hey, your money is vanished, so let me, or you've made a mistake, so let me refund your money. And one key thing is also that Bitcoin transactions outside the yellowcard platform, when you send a Bitcoin transaction to someone, it's irreversible. You can't reverse it unless the person decides to send your money back to you. So if you are sending money, you just have to be careful of the address you are sending it to. It's not like banks that maybe you can call the bank and say, hey, I made a mistake and sent it to a wrong account. Can you freeze the funds and refund it to me and all that? So it's understanding of the space because you are saying that you are coming into the crypto world where you want things to be private for you. So there's no one there to fight for you. I hope it makes sense and clears up some security, regulation, and whether there's insurance backing and all that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Eben and Oswald, for clearing things up there. And viewers, please visit our YouTube channel and watch this video if you missed anything. That's for those of you who joined mid-section. Also, if you still want to watch it, it's available for you on the Investing GA channel on YouTube. Please watch the videos, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel as well. Thank you for doing that. And let's continue with the questions. We have one from Badmos. And Badmos is asking, said, I learned we have a website that mines Bitcoin, and it appears that 90% of them are fake. My question is, how do you know if a mining website is valid or genuine or not?
Okay. So with mining, best to do it yourself. The best and safest way to mine is to get your own infrastructure and set it up wherever you want to set it up and then mine. Because unless you are able to physically verify or have someone visit these mining areas where you could actually pay for mining devices and then have someone verify it physically, I wouldn't recommend you doing that. I mean, Eben, you could also speak on that.
Yeah. So I agree with Oswald. I think there's only one company that comes to mind when you say mining. That's Genesis Mining. They have been like kind of tried and tested in this space. But even with that, I don't advise retailers or someone who is coming to a crypto space to just go into mining. One, because currently mining is unprofitable. So anyone that is promising you even 50% return or 10%, forget about it. Mining has become difficult in the sense that Bitcoin, the infrastructure Bitcoin is built on, as we are hedging, currently we say the circulating supply is at 80 million. So when it started, it wasn't at 80 million, it was far less than that. So as it keeps on mining more Bitcoins, the difficulty level of mining a newer Bitcoin becomes harder. So also the remuneration given to miners that they tend to spread across board becomes smaller and it's unprofitable. That's it. So forget about mining as a beginner, as a source of revenue, and just focus on maybe just buying and storing. That's your best bet.
Okay, thank you very much, Eben. We have a couple of people asking what are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, and how different are they from each other?
Okay. So Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency that came built by Sakamoto, and there are kind of other cryptocurrencies in the space. Basically, is this. So Bitcoin pioneered the idea or the blockchain, using blockchain to verify payment. So as I mentioned that before Bitcoin came, there were other digital currencies. Digital currencies like mobile money had already, I think, started before Bitcoin came. Basically, Bitcoin came and said, okay, instead of using central party to verify transactions, we are using blockchain. Then it built the blockchain network and Bitcoin was launched. Then some other people came and saw the Bitcoin network and I said, okay, now Bitcoin restricts acts in the sense of it's slow. They feel like it's slow to send transactions. It's not that instant. There's other kind of things that restricts people from using Bitcoin. So let's create other currencies that is more faster and can do, I'm going technical a bit here, a more transaction per second, TPS, transaction per second. So let's say Ripple like this came down, okay, we want to focus on remittance. So Ripple, I think, is working with companies like MoneyGram and other companies that to remittance to help them send money across board, but let them send it quite very instantly, so they can do more transactions per second than, I think Bitcoin does about 3 to 6 transactions per second. But if you look at other parties like Visa and other parties which are doing thousands of transactions per second, they said, okay, let's build cryptocurrencies that will do more of that. Then there's Ethereum, which is the second biggest cryptocurrency that said, okay, now there's a blockchain network. do you only solve payments, or people can build other apps on top of the blockchain network? So Ethereum, so I think the next event you might have, we'll talk about that. That's where people will learn about how to make like some kind of returns on their money by just investing or staking and order. So Ethereum just said, okay, let's use the blockchain network, but let's people build apps on top of it. So that's what we call dApps, decentralized applications, where there's things like yield farming, there's staking, there's stable coins. Stable coins, for example, is built, most of them are built on these kind of platforms. So there are various use cases, each cryptocurrency and its use case. That's basically.
Okay. Thank you for the response. I think maybe we would probably have a second webinar, and we are running out of time at the moment. So we still have a lot of questions to respond to. So we'd have to.
Can you let those who have raised their hands go give a shot, because some of them have waited a long time.
Okay, let me just ask these few questions and then we can get people to speak for us. Someone is, okay, we've done the deposits. Okay, let's respond to those who have their hands raised. Emmanuel Jan, if you are here, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so Emmanuel, please ask your question.
I'm new to this cryptocurrency trading and then how to buy and store it. And I wanted to ask, apart from the yellow card, is there any other platform that I can buy and then install my Bitcoins? That was my question.
Okay.
Simple answer is yes, and it's a Google search away.
Okay. You can simply Google cryptocurrency exchanges, and then you find a couple of results. Wanda, Wanda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to register on the yellow card platform, but the link you provided only allows just log in. I wanted to do it before this meeting ends, so that I'll be sure I'm in. If you could.
Okay. Wanda, please, which browser are you using?
I'm using Firefox.
Kindly try a different browser. And are you using your mobile or your desktop?
On my laptop.
Or your laptop. Kindly try using the how do you call it? Microsoft Edge, if you have Microsoft Edge browser or Brave or Chrome browser. Just change the browser. It's just because, as I mentioned earlier, we've set the location to just Ghana. So some of the browsers have ad blockers and things that is blocking that feature from showing. So basically, just change your browser and you'll be fine.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. There's this question from Daniel. Daniel is asking how they can make deposits. I think you've already demonstrated that. Kojo is asking about signing up. I think you also clarified that people should sign up using the beta version of the website, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hussein is asking, are there any requirements for account opening on yellow card? Maybe a national ID or something for verification?
Yes, and it's not instant. So basically, you can just, the first requirement you need is your phone number, email, and you create an account. And at that level, you have access to transacting up to $1,000, 1,000 cedis a day. But if you want to increase your limit, you can just add your ID, any ID you have, the government IDs, issued IDs, and we will increase your limit to about 60,000 a day. And if you still want to increase your limit again, we can increase it to about 100,000 a day, depending on your use case. So yeah, we have 3 tiers, and when you sign up, you go to settings, you see the tiers and what you have to do to increase your tier.
Okay, thank you very much. We have one. Okay, so Willie is asking Bitcoin to $350,000. Is it possible?
Yes, but it is all about when. So there's a simple math you can do around this. So as I was saying that, I kept stressing on Bitcoin has a fixed supply. That's the interesting part of it, or it has a fixed supply. So we know that the fixed supply of it is 21 million. That's the maximum it ever exists. Now, the variable part is the demand side. So the simple math is currently you can take the circulating supply of Bitcoin and do like, okay, if Bitcoin is going to take over and become the next gold or digital gold, gold is worth trillions of dollars as its market capitalization. So if you just divide that market capitalization of, let's say 10 trillion, divide that market capitalization by the supply of Bitcoin at that time, then you get the price range of Bitcoin that is like a price range of Bitcoin. So just do that. That's market capitalization divided by the supply should give you estimated price at a certain point in time.
Okay, thank you. PS says he missed the parts about depositing money into their accounts, but then
I think so the depositing money. So currently, as I said, currently I'm working on adding other channels. So yellow card, currently we have two options. What you call yellow card pin, which will be, so basically you can get a pin code with value of Bitcoin attached to it, where you just add to your account, or you can just do bank transfer. So currently you can just do bank transfer. You input the amount you want to transfer, then our bank details will show up for you to make the payment to the bank account. Then we'll verify it. So it shows you the things you need to do. Just add your phone number as a reference and we'll credit your account. Okay. But mobile money integration, automated mobile money integration will come soon. And also I said manual mobile money also coming soon. So just be on the lookout.
All right, thank you very much. Emmanuel is asking, how can I get the offline wallets to buy and how much will it cost?
I think the Trezor wallet one is about $60, and they have another one which is like $120. Just please Google search, you'll find them. I don't have, but most of them will be out of Ghana. But the simple ones like the paper wallet is free online. Just search Bitcoin paper wallet generator. You will get free wallets too.
Okay, William is asking, how much do you charge per transaction?
We don't charge fees.
No fees at all. Okay.
Caveat, no fees. Any fee you see on the platform is being charged by a processor party. So for example, if you go to your bank to deposit and your bank decides to charge you 5 cedis for depositing, it's your bank that's charging the fee, not your card.
Okay.
And if we integrate mobile money as well, mobile money, if you are making payments, mobile money charges a fee. So it's mobile money that, or the processor we are using that is charging that fee, not your card. We don't charge fees for that. Basically, we make money through what you call spread.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I think we've exhausted all the questions I have at the moment. Let me see if we still have some raised hands here. Okay, Jonathan. Jonathan, can you hear me? Hello, Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan is unavailable. Fred Asari. Fred, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, kindly ask your question.
Okay, so I just wanted to know how you find out or how you get to know if, let's say, a site for mining is legit or not.
Fred, I think we answered this question already.
I wasn't.
So I just said, so in summary, if you're a beginner right now, forget about mining. That's a simple thing. Don't go into mining. you are safer that way than trying to figure out which one is the correct one and which one is not the correct one.
Okay. So Isaac is asking if you have a yellow card app.
Not yet. It's coming soon as well.
Okay. So for now,
currently there's there's a app on Android, which is the normal yellow card web app that I said we are not using in Ghana. So don't download that one. Just use the web app for now. But
okay, sure.
early next year, get the apps as well. Thanks.
Okay. Can you briefly take us through signing up on yellow card? Briefly.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, I tried demoing it here. Let me just use a dummy data here so that we can get, please give me a second to get this. Okay, so
Try not to waste a lot of.
yeah, okay, I'm just done. I just wanted to get
okay.
manual mail. Okay, so basically, as I said, your personal information is your name, your date of birth. Please, when you're doing it, use correct information. Use your real name, your real date of birth. Other than that, if you want to upgrade to the next tier, you have problems. So kindly use your real information here.
Okay.
So you sign up, basically sends authentication to your phone number and your email. So yeah, you just put in the authentication number there to verify. So 6777. So these are some of the security features we put in place to make sure that everything is. So we can go on. I think this explains it. From here, it just takes you, you verify your email, then it takes you to the account.
All right, sure. I think this one will be going to Oswald. Oswald, someone wants to know what security features do you have in place to prevent hacks of cryptocurrencies on your servers?
Okay, that one, Eben can take that on the exact security processes that Yellow Card has.
Okay, so one thing is we encourage everyone, or we encourage everyone when you sign up to set what you call two-factor authentication. Oswald mentioned it in his presentation. So when you set up, you go to settings, you go to security, you will see what you call two-factor authentication. So either you use your SMS OTP, so that every time you are signing up, an SMS is sent to your account for you to verify, or what you call authenticator app. So authenticator app, you have one called Google Authenticator. It gives you a six digit code every time you sign up. So after you input your email password or your phone number password, it will ask you for you to provide that digits so that it confirms. So this is one of the securities you use to protect your account. And another caveat is no yellow card staff will ever reach out to anyone to ask for your phone number, your password, your sign-in details that, okay, hey, I'm taking your password to access your account to help with a problem you're having or anything. We don't need that. So if someone is doing that, it's basically a fraudster or something. So basically this. And we have also transaction PIN. So if you want to transfer money out of your account, you set a PIN for that. So that's it. So that even if someone gets access to your account and the person wants to transact from the account, he needs access to that PIN to send money out of your account. So you have to make sure that you don't share this information with anyone.
Okay, thank you very much. For those who are asking about the recorded version of this webinar, yes, of course, and we are currently streaming live on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is investingh, and you can get the recorded version of this webinar right after the webinar. You can visit the page and then watch it there. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you can get access to all our webinars as and when we post them. I think that would be all for the questions. Yeah, okay, so someone is saying from Pumulo, amazing session. I have been using the yellow card app. Well, there is no app, but maybe he has been using the platform to buy and sell Bitcoin for 4 months now. And I'm pretty impressed by the smooth transactions. I'm excited for the new updates and the launch in Ghana. So that's a feedback for you, Eben.
Yeah, thank you very much. I suspect it's not in Ghana.
Yeah. Okay. Also, so now we don't have any more questions at the moment. No raised hand. Jonathan, are you there?
Jonathan, I don't think your mic is working.
Okay, so we can't hear Jonathan, but anyways, we have a few announcements, so I'll make them and then we can conclude and end this meeting. And once again, this webinar is brought to you by Yellowcard Ghana. And Yellowcard is an Africa-focused cryptocurrency and gift card platform that you can use for buying, selling, and storing of cryptocurrencies. So you can visit the Yellowcard website on yellowcard.io and then get signed up, find out more information about them. You can also reach out to our speakers after this webinar, and their contact details will be made available to members of the audience, those who registered with us and those who are part of our WhatsApp groups. We have 4 WhatsApp groups. You can join any of them. The links will be made available in the chat section very soon for you to just click and join. You may also visit our website, www.investingh.info, and get the links to our social media pages and handles there so that you can follow us, visit our YouTube channel, and subscribe so that you get interactive with us. We will make the presentation and contact details of the presenters available to you after the webinar. So just be on the lookout either today or tomorrow. We will send it to you via mail and in our WhatsApp groups as well. For the giveaway, I think it will be announced. Will it be announced now, Eben? Eben is on mute. Oswald.
Sorry. I said I'll reach out to them from now to latest by Tuesday. Everyone would have received theirs, so I'll reach out to them. If you shoot me a message, I'll reach out to you.
Okay, so Eben will reach out to you.
We'll post the list to verify. After that, we'll post the list of the people that we got the giveaway on our official Yellowcard accounts as well. So the list of them. So latest by Tuesday, you will see the whole list of everyone on there.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much For those who have not registered on our website, please do well to register on the website. It's just a short form. You fill in your name and an email address that we can reach you on, and that will be all. So please try visit our website and then register with us and check your mails for correspondence. I think that will be all for today. Eben, do you have any final words for us?
Yeah, so to conclude, I would like to say that thanks for joining this session. Yellowcard is now launching in Ghana. Hopefully you guys will be some of the first people to use it. Your feedback is always welcome. As my details are there, you can always reach me on there. I'll be glad to help you with anything. Moving forward, I think the year is almost ended. This year has been crazy, but like we hope next year we bring more services and more things so that makes it easier for people to buy crypto, send money to loved ones, do everything online easy, and pay for things and everything easy. So be on the lookout. Just follow us on social media. Everything will be shared with you there. Thanks for coming again. Anything from Oswald?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in promoting finance information, and the more you learn about cryptocurrencies and all kinds of currency, stocks trading and all, it's the higher your financial aptitude, which helps you to take the right decisions. So I highly encourage everyone to increase their knowledge, read more, learn more, and then follow investingh, yellowcard, and other verified sources where you can actually learn about how to invest and how to manage money generally. All this contributes to building up the financial economy and creating more opportunities for people to make money, to be able to store value, and generally take the right financial decisions. So I encourage people to join these webinars and continue to help. If you can share these resources with anyone around you, just to help them to be able to up their financial game.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry to chip in this. So I included the slides, some 2 videos on YouTube people can watch to understand more about blockchain and Bitcoin, like basic stuff that you can watch on there. And also, if you want to learn more about investment, this evening at 6 p.m., hosting an event with investingh to talk about investing, general investment, not just crypto, like talk about stocks and all that. So feel free to pass through. Just search investingh on Facebook. I think to be on Facebook Live. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much once again to the audience. Thank you for joining us. We are grateful. This is actually our last webinar for the year. Next one will come next year, hopefully January, early January. We'll announce it and then let you know what topics we want to discuss. But also, if you have any topics you want us to discuss, you can always reach out to us and then we will try and then make it available to you. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Eben and Oswald, for coming today. And we are grateful to you. So we'll see you next year, God willing. Bye, guys.
Bye.